Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness. So glad to be here. Oh my goodness. Let me know you're here so I can get the party started. I see people are here. I see people jumping on. Well, I can't see much except that where the little eye is on my live keeps increasing with numbers. So I'm just waiting for y'all to get here. I got a little something to say, I got a little something to share, a little something to communicate, little something. You know, can't wait. Hi, Darcy. I see Darcy's watching. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Jump on, jump on, jump on, jump on. Oh my goodness. Well, what could I possibly be on here this evening talking about? So, Kat had, created with me a conversation actually that I created with Abby some point last year. So this just goes to show me sometimes that there are things that I create with people, like conversations that I have, and then I'm not necessarily present to them. Like for me, it's like we had a conversation, but for them, it's like it was the conversation, right? But when I spoke with Abby later and she presents me to the conversation, I was like, I do remember that. And here was the conversation. What are people saying no to? Now, let me start with the following. Oftentimes we get stopped. Somebody says no. You say, hey, would you like to be on my team? They go, no. You stop everything. You tuck tail and run. Hey, would you like to be a customer and check out my Lime Life products? They say no. You go, oh, well, they don't want it. And then you never ask them again. But ultimately, you want to start doing the thinking about what are people saying no to. Do you know in the world that we live in, people inherently are programmed to say no? Before you can even get the question out good. Hey, let me ask you. No. Hey, would you mind? No. Why? Because people are conditioned to believe that saying yes will be something bad, or saying yes will require more work, or saying yes will, mean they get shortchanged somehow. So people have been conditioned to say no before they even hear what is being asked of them. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because you don't even know what they said no to. You're just already that they said no and they're gone. Sometimes you want to do a deep dive into what people are saying no to. If I ask someone, would you like to join my team? And they say no, I go, okay, well, tell me why. Now they're going to tell you why. Well, I don't have the money. Okay, well, let's look. Do you really not have the money, or is money your story? See, sometimes we say no, that we don't have the money. But if you tell the truth, you have the money. You just got the money set aside for your supposed rainy day, waiting for the rainy day. And the thing I always kind of love about that, this kind of like supposed rainy day, or, just in case, right? It kind of always reminds me of my mom. When I was growing up, my mom has a big break front, right? Full of dishes, full of china and all that kind of stuff. And I remember growing up, my mother would be like, don't touch that. That's for company. Okay. And then I got older, right? And at some point I was like, who is this company? Ma, who's the company coming? There was never anybody coming. And even when we had like our family and friends over, my mother always pulled out paper plates because she's like, A, I'm not washing dishes. Or B, the old, dishes, the older ones that were a little chipped or whatever. Never the good china, never the baccarat crystal, never any of that stuff. It was always just in case. So I mentioned that because you want to start asking people, well, exactly tell me what you're saying no to. Then people are going to tell you, well, I don't really have the money. Well, do you really not have the money, or is that your story that you don't have it? People are going to say, I don't have the time. Well, wait a minute. Let's look at that. Do you really not have the time? Or do you have a conversation that you think it's going to require a lot of time? Because I'm pretty sure you got 5 hours or 10 hours somewhere. But you know how I know it? Because you've wasted more time on lots of other endeavors that didn't pan out. Or they're saying, people are inherently conditioned to say no. So you got to ask people, what you saying no to? Are you saying no to, to the business? Or sometimes people are saying no to you because they don't think they are that kind of person. They don't think I can sell a product. They don't think I can build a team. You want to find out what people are saying no to before you go tuck and tail and run. And a lot of times, y'all, people are not saying, actually, it's not even a lot of times. I would say 99.99999% of the time, people are not saying no to you. They're saying no to some conversation in their head. The no that they're eliciting is not about you. It's not about Ashley. It's not about Rhonda. It's not about Anna. It's not about Leslie. It's not about Kat. It's not about Nancy. It's not about you. It's not personal. They're saying no to some conversation that they are having up here in their head called, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not skilled enough to sell. I don't really know how to talk to people to have them be on my team. They're saying no to an internal conversation. And that conversation, dear people, has nothing to do with you. So you want to start asking people when they say no, well, tell me what you're saying no to. Just asking that question will have them start to look over here. Well, hold up. Let me think a minute. What am I saying no to? Damn, I think I'm saying no because I don't think I have the money. Now there's an opportunity for you to have a question. Okay, let's look. Do you really not have the money? Or do you have a conversation called where you always say you don't have the money? See, some people live in conversations that they've lived in for so long, they don't even know that they're in that conversation until they have a conversation with you. Now, that sounded like a lot, but I think you're clear about what I'm saying. I'm saying you have the opportunity when someone says no to ask, what are you saying no to? Oftentimes, people are saying no, not to you, not personal. And if it is personal, let me be clear. And if it is personal, you want to check in for why they said no. There might be something, in your conversation or in your relationship that had them say no to you. So you got to clean that up. But I promise you, very rarely is it personal. Most times that no has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with a conversation going on up here. Think about it. Think how often you said no to something. Just blanketly said no. You didn't even hear the rest of it. You're just already a no. Part of that is because whatever internal conversation you're having runs your show. It speaks before you even finish the thought. So I'm saying that because it's not a no to you. It's a no to an opportunity. And the no is not personal. The no is a conversation. And the thing is, it's a conversation and it's an internal thought. And you want to start asking, what are people saying no to? I think that's it. I don't know if I could give you more than that. It basically, what I'm pointing to is that you just want to start to inquire into what people are actually dealing with that would have them say no. Because I promise you, it has nothing to do with you. It really isn't. And if you could, actually, here's the next piece I'll say, the last piece. If you could start to get that it isn't personal, you'll thrive. Why? Because then you take all of your own internal conversation going on over here and you could suspend that and just get over there with the other person and be like, well, wait a minute. Man, what had you say no? Because there's a way you see them. Be like, you're the perfect person to be on my team. You're funny. You're outgoing. People love you. You're engaging. I never seen anybody operate the way you do. I know you could thrive in this business. There's a way you see them that they don't see themselves. So your job in that conversation when they say no is to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. let's get to the bottom of this, because you clearly don't see yourself the way I see you. What did you just say no to? Because you wasn't saying no to me. You said no to some conversation you had in your head. I hope all that communicates. That's really what I wanted to give y'all. Like, the no is not about you. The no is something else outside of you. It's someplace going on over there with them. So, before I complete this, we have a prize. There's a winner. There's a winner all the time, right? So, I understand there's a it's a necklace, like, right? Kat, told me about it. I want one, Kat. I want one. And having said that, I'm going to do a countdown to 30. Now, no, I'm going to go from 30 back to 1. When I pop open my eyes, whatever name I see on this screen first, that's who is getting it. So, however you need to make sure your name keeps coming up in the wave, so be it. Okay? So, ready? Ready? All right. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, come on, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rose Rockwell. That's who I saw. Rose Rockwell. So, Rose, you are the winner. Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, congratulations to Rose. And I hope that I've provided you all with a little something that will support you, not only with winning in your business, but winning in your life. Because, the two go hand in hand. So, good night, everybody.